and Washington. Day baseball for the rubber match at Jackie Robinson Stadium as the Huskies look to make it 3 series wins in a row against the top 10 Bruins. Washington's win last night bumped UCLA for the top of the Pac-12 standings, leaving Arizona State as the lone one-loss team in the conference. The Bruins and Huskies part of a group of 4 teams, all with 2 losses as we head toward the end of March. Other folks, Nick Cope on hand. Pivotal game here today. Washington trying to make a statement on the road, while UCLA is trying to start conference play with 3 straight series wins. And then, of course, when you're thinking towards the end of the year in the Pac-12 tournament seeding, this could have ramifications in terms of tiebreakers. But let's get you caught up on how we got here. Friday night, UCLA starter Jake Brooks set the tone with what his head coach called his best outing of the season. He struck out 9 batters in 6 2/3 scoreless. Both of those numbers season highs for Brooks. He had that 2-seam fastball dialed in on the outside corner. 6 of his 9 strikeouts, he got the Washington batter looking. And on a weekend where the weather has made it difficult to leave the yard, Jack Holman muscled a 2-run shot to right field that stood as the eventual game-winning hit. On Saturday, it was all about the pitching. Freshman Michael Barnett got his first career weekend start, and the sinker baller was getting numerous ground balls. He struck out 3 and actually carried a no-hitter into the 6th inning. He was removed from the game after 5 2/3. Stu Fleslin for Washington was just as impressive, tossing 5 scoreless. He had 5 strikeouts, including a key moment in the 1st inning where he was able to strand the bases loaded. He got a lot of swings and misses from Bruin batters who had just 3 hits against Fleslin. With all that great pitching, we were scoreless through 9 innings, but in the 10th, Washington broke through. First with Jeter Ibarra on the 9th pitch of the at-bat, getting a base hit. Then this bunt single from Cole Miller, able to beat out the throw at first. Next up, it was Sam DiCarlo. He singled through the left side. Dalton Chandler had to throw on the brakes, though, the pinch runner. That would load the bases. Cam Clayton with this RBI fielder's choice ground ball. Washington on the board. They would add another moments later. Will Simpson tattooing this one to left field. Washington eventually going on to win 3-0 in 10 innings. Setting us up for a rubber match here today in the sunshine. UCLA and Washington will decide the series when we come back. The lineups and the first pitch coming up next. Last night, Washington evened the series with a 3-0 win, and Josh Emanuel's a key piece of that. He got the win, going 3 scoreless to close it out. He racked up 5 strikeouts after Washington scored 3 runs in the top of the 10th. He took care of UCLA in the bottom half of the 10th inning and finish off the victory for the Huskies. Hangman and that pitching staff holding UCLA scoreless for the first time this season. And now, courtesy of our Zayo connection, Josh joins us now. Josh, congratulations on the win last night. Take us through that outing for us. You look dialed in on the mound.
Yeah, no, I was feeling good. Been throwing a lot lately, but felt really dialed in yesterday. Good warm-ups in the pen. JK calling a great game, keeping him off balance. I think we really just deceived him really well yesterday, so it was a lot of fun.
I love the intensity you show on the mound. You got that ball spinning in your right hand. You're bobbing back and forth. How would you describe your demeanor on the hill?
Yeah, that's kind of my killer instinct, I guess. That's just something that, let's go.
Throw wide there from Deuce Gorson is going to allow Cam Clayton to get into second. Chopping ground ball there on the left side. So Washington going to have a runner in scoring position for the 3rd straight inning. But you mentioned your coach, Jason Kelly, calling a great game. What's it been like playing for him and this new coaching staff?
Yeah, it's been a great time. I mean, we all really love being around each other. It's a great atmosphere. Everybody's pulling in the same direction. You know, never a doubt on either side, on the hitting side, pitching side, we're going to take care of business. So it's a lot of faith in this staff and a lot of trust between the players and the coaches. So it's a great atmosphere.
With the way you guys played late in the year last season, and then what you've done so far this season, your best start to a year for the program since '94. I mean, what do you feel like the potential is for this team this year?
Yeah, we got a lot of potential, man. I mean, once we get going, get on a roll, we're a hard team to beat. No question about that. Bats are hot. We're pitching well. nothing better than that.
Both your parents went to Washington. Of course, your older brother Stevie was a stud pitcher for the Huskies as well. How special is it for you now to wear that Husky uniform?
Yeah, man, it's really special, really special. A lot of UW in the family, going back generations. And just for Stevie to be under JK for his time at UW as well, and just getting to hear from him how JK handles the team, and then getting to see it for myself, it's been a really good time. Pride in wearing this jersey.
I know Stevie's been grinding it out in the minors. How's your guys' relationship evolved as you guys have turned into great ball players now?
Yeah, it's the best, man. We get to, he's normally home for that midwinter break time, and so we get to really work together and try to get our stuff better, and it's a lot of fun.
Will Simpson putting one in the air to right, out of the reach of John Vaughns. Cam Clayton going to have to hold up at third. A 2 in scoring position now for Washington here to begin the third. Josh, we'll let you go. Hey, great job keeping it clean, unlike Mr. Simpson last night, all right?
Yeah, no worries, man.
Appreciate your time. That is Josh Emanuels here on the Zayo Connection. And Simpson at the plate, going the opposite way. And with the spin off the ball and the wind here, that one just getting out of the reach of Vaughns. So after the single and the error for Clayton, Simpson with a double. And so Johnny Tincher's got a chance to put Washington on the board first. This one hard hit, fair ball down the left field line into the corner. Clayton scores. Simpson will trot in and score. Johnny Tincher, the LA guy, with a 2 RBI double, and Washington strikes first. 2-0 Huskies in the third. Three consecutive hits for the Huskies. This one looping its way around the third base bag and all the way into the corner. Tincher with 4 hits on the weekend. That's the most by any Husky batter. And for a Washington team that had been bidding in each of the first couple innings, top of the order comes through. Time now called by UCLA to try and regroup. Back-to-back doubles. Tincher now with 6 of them this season. And Washington already with 5 hits in the game. Still nobody out for the Huskies. And here is Morales.
Gotta keep it in.
Morales flew out to center field to end the first inning. Washington 3 for 19 with runners in scoring position through the first 2 games. Already 2 for 6 in those chances today. Clayton got the inning started. It was ruled an infield single to third. And then he advanced to second on a throwing error by Gorson, the double from Simpson, and the 2 RBI double from Tincher. Swing and a miss from Morales takes the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Figured it was only a matter of time before those Washington bats were going to really get going. Took them to score until the 9th inning on Friday, the 10th inning last night, but breaking through in the 3rd here today. This one just deflected foul as Morales went spinning around. Austin looking to regroup after giving up 3 consecutive hits. The 2 runs surrendered by Austin, that matches a season high. Vanderbilt got 2 runs off of him, but that was in 6 innings. A real quality start then. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bullpen is active. Couple of freshmen getting loose for UCLA. The righty, Finn McElroy. The lefty, Ben Jacobs. Morales in the air, out to left. Yates on the run towards the line, and it drops in. And it looked like he could not locate it. Looking up into the sun. Schreier ranging back from short. Couldn't find it either. And the ball drops in. Yates on the run, and then he sort of just peeled away there at the end. Now he didn't have it, was hoping Schreier had a lead on it, and Schreier was on the run, and you see him put his arms up. So I'm not sure if they both lost it or just miscommunication led to neither one making a play on the ball. At any rate, Kobe Morales has his first hit of the weekend. Johnny Tincher forced to hold at second. 4 consecutive hits for Washington. And here is A.J. Guerrero. And he comes out swinging, out to right. Vaughn's coming in and makes the grab. Finally, the first out in the third for UCLA. And Vaughn's had that one from Simpson get out of his reach earlier. Able to get this one out of the air. Potentially crucial part early in this game as Austin looks to limit the damage to just the 2 runs. Still a lot of runway to go in this one. And this Washington offense hoping they can build an early lead. First pitch to Snyder. Strike on the outside. Got that average sitting at 350 now. 0-1 out to left field. This time Yates has a read on it, and he makes the grab. Johnny Tincher with a 2 RBI double. UCLA nothing. UCLA with work to do as they come to the plate here in the home half of the fourth. 2-0 Washington in this rubber match. Bruins held to just 1 hit so far. That was back in the first inning, courtesy of Deuce Gorson. He will be due up second here. So UCLA has the heart of the order due up against Jared Engman, who has now thrown 9 consecutive scoreless innings, including his most recent start last week. And he will face Carson Yates here to lead off the bottom of the fourth. And the first pitch, Yates takes low. 1 ball, no strikes. Time now for our Zayo Connection. Great to be joined by the head coach of the Bruins, John Savage. Coach, your take on what Kelly Austin has done so far. A couple of runs given up, but he battled back. What have you seen out of your veteran pitcher?
I just like to use the word battle. I mean, that's what he does. It's pitch out of problems. It's turn a negative to a positive. It's a lot of different things with Kelly, and he's just, you know, he knows himself very well, and it's not always pretty, I guess you would say, but he grinds through innings and he guys up, and he did that in the 3rd inning. That could have been a much bigger inning, and so it's kind of par for the course, really. You know, he's doing what he's doing. His pitch count's a little high. Don't love that, but you know, we do have the bullpen in good shape today.
And part of the reason the bullpen is in good shape, your freshman Michael Barnett yesterday able to go 5 2/3, didn't allow a hit. How impressed were you with what he was able to do in his first career weekend start?
So I'm very impressed. You know, it's he had 10 ground balls. You know, obviously pitcher's best friend is the double play. We know that, and
yeah, he got a couple of them.
Yeah, he got a couple of them, and he wasn't in great counts all day, but he threw 67 pitches into the 6th. So, I mean, against a very experienced offense. So, I thought it was a good start for him on the weekend. That was his first weekend start, and you know, I think he's a future starter for us down the road in the weekend. I'm not sure about this season, but you know, he's having a lot of valuable experience, and he's just grown as a person and certainly as a pitcher.
Well, you talk about the defense. Deuce Gorson at the plate right now, fouling one off, 2-1. You've had to deal with the injury to Kyle Karros this weekend, and Gorson and Knox LaPosser, you've been rotating them around, playing Gorson to the pull side. How do you think those guys have handled that?
Oh, they've handled it great. I mean, you know, yesterday, I mean, the ball seemed to be hit to the right guy all the time. So that worked out pretty good yesterday with the ground ball pitcher. We were fortunate. Like I said, 10 ground balls, and Knox, you know, I don't think he's ever played infield in his life. So it's just that's where we're at. You know, you got to give him credit. He turned a double play last night, and he fielded a couple ground balls today. So it is what it is, and until we get those guys back, we just have to have guys step up.
Now, I want to get your thoughts on the guy who's in the hole right now, Jack Holman, a guy who has taken over first base for you here the last couple weekends, been hitting really well. Didn't play a ton for you last year, but breaking out a bit here in his sophomore year. What have you seen out of Jack?
Oh, he's just a excellent worker. I mean, this guy really is a true baseball player. He went up to Santa Barbara Foresters this past season and got good experience. And we really like Jack's work ethic, left-handed power. Obviously, we're trying to find a position for him. You know, with AJ out and Dalen out, you know, he ended up at first base. So he's learning how to play first. He's really a natural catcher, and Jack's done well for us. And you know, we think he has a bright future too. I mean, he can drive the ball all over the ballpark, and he can pull the ball out of the ballpark. So, you know, he's an exciting future at the plate.
Well, you got your team in a bit of business here. 2 on, nobody out. We're going to see Holman on deck. Coach, thanks so much for your time. Good luck the rest of the game.
Thanks, Dick. Appreciate it.
All right, that's head coach John Savage joining us. Washington calling for time as UCLA has one of their best hitters at the plate here in Cody Schreier. Leadoff single for Carson Yates, and then the walk drawn by Deuce Gorson. And Jared Engman, who had been cruising through the first 3 innings, allowing just 1 hit and 1 walk. Back-to-back base runners here, and UCLA with 2 men on, nobody out. Jason Kelly on out to chat with Engman and the infield. Kelly in his first year leading Washington, the pitching coach from 2013 to 2019 on Montlake. Guy who's originally from the Central Coast of California, and he knows pitching as good as they get across the country in terms of pitching coaches. We're trying to reset here for Engman and the defense. That's been the recipe so far this year for Washington. It's the offense that we've touched on all weekend, the power they got, but they also play elite defense. And now, as we've seen this weekend, the pitching's been pretty good. That's the last piece to come along, and if they get that going, Washington is going to be a really tough team in this conference pretty quickly. So conference now over, and Cody Schreier, who hasn't had a hit since Friday night, has a great opportunity. First pitch swinging, lifts it foul out of play. Bruins trying to get even with Washington here in the last of the fourth. Schreier had grown his average up above 320 after a couple doubles on Friday. Now an even 300. This one hit hard out to left center field. It's down for a base hit. Yates will be sent home. Miller's throw is to third, and the play there not in time. Schreier into second. RBI knock for the Bruins shortstop. UCLA is on the board. Schreier with the best contact he has had since Friday night. Solid piece of hitting, and Miller didn't even think about going home. They're trying to get Gorson there at third. Was able to slide in. Yates with good speed, good jump on the play. Score the first run of the game for the Bruins, and Gorson gets that right foot in there. So UCLA with a couple of hits sandwiching that walk. 3 consecutive have reached, and now Jack Holman about to stand in. Second and third, nobody out, last of the fourth. Down and into Holman. 1 ball, no strikes. Holman just 1 for 9 on the weekend, but the one was an impactful one, that home run back on Friday. Takes another pitch down and in, 2 balls and no strikes. Holman, it's a fly ball out to left field. Gorson getting ready to tag as Guerrero looks into the sun. He makes the catch. Gorson tagging, and he will score without a play at the plate. We are all tied up. The sac fly from Jack Holman. 2-2 our score in the fourth. And Guerrero had that one driven pretty deep. Snyder cutting that one off and able to score. Schreier with the RBI single moments ago, and Jack Holman with the sac fly. And we got a brand new ball game in the fourth. 1 on, 1 out for Darius Perry. Throw back to second. Schreier is there. One ball, no strikes to the Bruin catcher. Despite just a .242 average for Perry, as you see a couple guys getting loose for Washington in the pen. Now Perry hitting .400 with a runner in scoring position. This time he goes chasing. Actually made a slight bit of contact there. Foul tip, 1-1. Hangman throwing back to second. Now Schreier runs well. Washington trying to minimize his lead as Perry inches ahead in the count, 2-1. Ground ball, DiCarlo to his left, bobbles it, and Perry will reach. A rare error by the Washington defense. DiCarlo says, my bad, he's played outstanding defense all game. And bobbles this routine ground ball. Now Schreier able to advance to third. DiCarlo had to cover some ground to his left, but he was able to calmly make those shuffles, and then on the exchange out of the glove, just lost the handle. Perry reaching on the error. And that'll bring up John Vaughns. Runners on the corner, still one out here for UCLA. Left side of the infield is in. No overshift with that runner on third as Vaughns goes chasing. Got a couple of the home run leaders in this ball game. Will Simpson for Washington, and Vaughns leading the Bruins with 7. Checks his swing on appeal to third. Kellen Levy says he did not go around. 1-1. Yeah, that one wasn't close. Another swing and a miss. Key against Vaughns, just don't leave anything up. And so far, Engman doing a good job there. He has kept everything low, and he's ahead 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing takes out Tincher below the belt. Well, time is granted here as Vaughns got a pitch left above the knees by Engman on a 1-2 count and is able to plunk it into left field. UCLA with 3 runs in the 4th to take the lead. Tincher is going to be good to go. Vaughns with that one-arm follow through and let that bat go right into Tincher. Incidental, and good to see that Tincher is going to be able to continue. LaPosser right to Simpson. Throws to second for 1. They try to turn it. High throw. Did Simpson make the tag? No. That would have been impressive if Simpson could have gotten LaPosser there. As it stands, 1 out on the play, and now runners on the corners. Josh Hahn will be the batter. With Vaughns forced out at second. Here's a look at the play at first. Simpson needed all 6'4", and he just missed LaPosser. LaPosser able to just tilt his body out of the way enough. But Simpson had him beat. LaPosser just able to angle his body out of the way and stay out of the double play. Hahn comes out swinging. Take one more look here. And nearly got him on the shoulder, but you can see LaPosser leaning to his right, just stayed out of the way. Hahn, another foul down the left field line. UCLA down 2-0 with this inning began. And now they have taken the lead. Perry now on third, and LaPosser, the man at first. 0-2 to Hahn. And he is struck out. Right at the bottom of the zone, Jared Engman gets the strikeout, and the side retired. But UCLA with 3 runs on 3 hits, an error and 2 left. Cody Schreier with one of those. John Vaughns with the other. Bruins 3, Washington 2. Darius Perry has proven throughout the course of the last couple seasons to be one of the best defensive catchers in the conference. Able to field a lot of breaking pitches in the dirt. And also he has thrown out a lot of would-be base stealers. Opposing teams actually have a less than 50% success rate stealing against him. No one else in the Pac-12 can say that. And Perry has thrown out a couple of would-be base stealers here this weekend. Had that error last inning. He collided with the bat off that bunt from Cole Miller. And the result, that throwing error down to second. That was just the second error of his career. Speaks to how reliable and how consistent he has been. That was an unearned run for Washington in that 6th inning. And we are all tied up entering the latter innings. Top of the 7th, and Kobe Morales leading it off. And the pitch inside outed. And this will get away from Yates and up off the wall. And Morales is into second, a leadoff double. Now that is just quality hitting there from Morales, who is hitless coming into today. 0 for 8 on the weekend, and now he's 3 for 4. There's a fastball coming in on the hands, and he was able to take it the opposite way. And Yates playing off the line, and Morales just does better. That's the 3rd double today for Washington. Morales with a heck of a job battling back his 4th double of the year. Sets up Guerrero. Checks his swing on appeal. He did not go around. Will Thornwell says he held up. Guerrero still looking for his first hit in this series. Now 0 for 8. Drew 3 walks yesterday. Goes the opposite way. Base hit to right field. Around 3rd. Here comes Morales. No play at the plate. Washington takes the lead. It's 4-3 Huskies. Guerrero with his first hit of the weekend, an RBI single to push Washington in front. Bonds having to rifle that throw in. Guerrero with his first hit in his last 14 at-bats. Gets a pitch on the outside, takes it the opposite way. And the throw offline. A head first slide. And Morales fired up. Those two, Morales and Guerrero, were a combined 0 for 13 on the weekend entering today. They've now got 4 hits between them. There's a strike at the knees to Snyder. 2 unanswered by Washington. They led 2-0, went down 3-2. And now we're running the 6th. 1 more here in the 7th to take the lead back. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's now 12 hits for Washington. This one bounces away from Perry. Guerrero on over to second. And that was a tough pitch to handle. That one bouncing right near the feet of Snyder, and it took a nasty hop off the heel of his mitt. Everything going right for Washington here in the 7th. Now 2-1 to Snyder. Goes chasing. 2-2. Entering the weekend, Washington had double-digit hits in 9 of its last 12 games. Did not get there in the first 2 games of the series. They have been hitting early and often. Only the first inning here today. That's the only inning they did not have a hit. They still had a base runner. They had a walk. Full count now. Guerrero picking a great time to have his first hit of the weekend. Now in scoring position for Snyder. SoCal kid at the plate, trying to add to Washington's lead. Swinging a foul tip. Perry couldn't hang on. Still 3-2. New baseball here for Aldrich. First one out of the bullpen for UCLA, trying to limit the damage now, looking for that first down. Next pitch, the 7th of the at-bat. Hit on the hands, a little blooper on the infield. Schreier picks it up, doesn't have a play. Infield single for Snyder. Able to bloop it past Aldrich and find an empty spot on the infield. He jammed him, and Snyder strong enough to get it beyond Aldrich. And for Schreier, he was playing back on the edge of the infield dirt and never had a chance to get Snyder at first. So runners on the corners for Washington. Nobody out. Time is called here by UCLA, and they're going to have to go to their bullpen. 3 consecutive hits for the Huskies. The RBI single from A.J. Guerrero pushing Washington back in front. And the Huskies got a great chance to continue to add to that lead. Jake Somm coming on, 4-3. Huskies lead. Already a run in for Washington. They've got a 4-3 lead in this rubber match as UCLA brings on Tom, big veteran lefty, the senior, making his 10th appearance this year. Yet to allow an earned run. Generally comes in spot situations for the Bruins. Got the final couple outs in last night's contest. And he will face a pinch hitter here. This is Dalton Chandler. We've seen him as a pinch runner a couple times this weekend. A lefty, Jeter Ibarra, was due up here, so they get the right-handed bat at the plate. And taking up and away for ball 1 is Chandler. Chandler on the season, limited appearances at the plate. 1 for 4. He has played in 12 games. This one hit hard, and a fair ball down the left field line into the corner. 1 run is in. Being sent around third. Here comes Snyder. Play at the plate. Will not be there. 2 RBI double for Dalton Chandler. And Washington has opened up a 6-3 lead. What a time for your first double of the season. Chandler brings a pair home. Curling this one down the left field line all the way into the corner. Guerrero scoring from third. And Snyder wheeling all the way around from first. Washington with a 3-run 7th. They've grabbed control of this game. Dalton Chandler with a huge swing. And now UCLA calling for time. And that will be it for Somm. Just 2 pitches. And that one smacked by Chandler. And we will step aside. It's going to be Caden Cottinger coming on. Washington up by 3. 4 unanswered runs for Washington. They now have a 6-3 lead on UCLA. Bruins having to go to the bullpen again. Caden Cottinger is on. 4th pitcher used today by the Bruins. Facing Cole Miller here with Dalton Chandler on second after he had that 2 RBI double moments ago. Bunt shown and a strike taken on the outside. 0-2 to Miller. See the numbers here for Cottinger as he makes his 8th appearance. Had an injury that didn't get him the field for UCLA until very late last season, and now ready to go here at the start of 2023. Miller does not bite on the outside. Here's a look at the rope from Chandler down the left field line. Scoring a pair. Guerrero coming in first, and then Snyder all the way around from first base. A head-first slide. And just the 5th at-bat all season for Chandler. And his first double of the year. And Washington now doubling up UCLA 6-3. And the strikeout at the plate as Miller goes chasing. Caden Conger comes on. And at long last, UCLA puts an out on the board in the 7th.
Second baseman, Sam DiCarlo.
I'll bring on Sam DiCarlo now. That strikeout ending a run of 4 consecutive hits for Washington. "14 hits by the Huskies. That's a season high allowed by UCLA pitching. Oregon previously got 12 hits off the Bruins. Cottinger, a Reno, Nevada native. Able to deal a strike there on the outside.
Gotta keep it in, expect it.
Washington, first time on the road in a few weeks. Trying to knock off UCLA. Bruins were a consensus top 10 team entering the weekend. They were in first place in the conference at the start of the day yesterday. Now Washington in a good spot here to take the series. Would be a 3rd consecutive regular series victory for the Huskies against the Bruins. Chopper to second, charged by LaPasser. Clean field and the throw in time. Ibarra advancing, or excuse me, the pinch hitter Chandler advancing to 3rd. Here is the USA Today top 10. UCLA and Stanford there, 8 and 9. LSU, Florida, Arkansas, Vanderbilt, SEC well represented in the top 5. UCLA played Vanderbilt at the end of February. Commodores took 2 of 3, but that was a very tightly contested weekend. Washington going to add to their lead here. Cam Clayton going the opposite way for the RBI single. Chandler scores. And it's now 7-3 Huskies. It's been a clinic here in the 7th for Washington. And the offense that was largely stifled throughout the course of the first couple days has come to life here today. And Clayton with his 3rd hit of the ball game going the opposite way. One on, 2 out for Simpson. Strike there on the outside. Very productive game for Simpson. He's only been retired once.
Boy, Jack.
So 15 hits now for Washington. That's the 2nd most they've had in a game this year. The most was on March 3rd. They faced Northern Colorado, had 21 in that game. That was a game they won 32-7. Simpson drives one out to right center field. Drifting back 9, looking up. It is over the scoreboard and long gone. Will Simpson puts the exclamation point on the 7th inning for the Huskies. His 10th home run of the season to lead the Pac-12, and Washington now leads 9-3. A 2-run blast for Simpson. Gets the hard hat in the dugout. What a shot. Opposite field power for Simpson. All Caden Conger can do is watch it get out. The swirling wind at the start of the day has given way, and Washington now taking advantage. Simpson with his 10th of the year. Tincher, the opposite field. That's down for a base hit. The 7th hit of the inning for the Huskies, who have now batted around. Another look at the home run from Simpson. Nice compact swing, all that power. And he clears that scoreboard out in right center field. And Malachi Knight didn't even get to the warning track. Carefully placing the hard hat on and dancing his way through the dugout. Now Simpson with the big RBI double late in the game last night, and now helping to blow this game open for the Huskies as UCLA is forced to call time. 6 runs on 7 hits in this inning for Washington. And as the wind finally has calmed down, it's been a factor all weekend long, but in the last hour it has subsided, and that has coincided with Washington's offense finally breaking out. Johnny Tincher picking up his 2nd hit there moments ago. And Morales, who led off this inning, comes to the plate for a 2nd time. One ball, no strikes. Morales had a double to lead off this frame. 0 for 8 coming into today. Now 3 for 4 in this contest. 1-1. Two and one. And by the way, for Simpson, that trend of hitting a home run in every weekend series now continues. It was at risk here as we were getting late here on Sunday. 2-1. Morales fouls it back. Still 9 outs for UCLA at the plate, but this is quite the statement here from Washington in this rubber match. Gave up the lead and now grabbing it back in a big way. Toughest competition that they have faced this year, coming on the road. A pitcher's duel yesterday, Washington breaking through in the 10th. And then today, they have hit early and often, now up to 17 of them today. Compare that to just 4 for the Bruins. And look, UCLA's got to not make any excuses. John Savage has talked about that with us throughout the course of our chats in this series. But the fact remains that UCLA has 3 guys out with injury that were position player starters on opening day. Down a starter in the weekend rotation. So this is not the same UCLA team that Bruin fans should expect to see even a month from now, and certainly not by the time we get towards the Pac-12 tournament in Scottsdale. Two balls, 2 strikes. Runner goes. Pitch taken low, and Perry does an attempt to throw down to second. Tincher is in there. Third stolen base of the season for Tincher. And he really belly flopped his way there in the second. Airborne on his way in. Off the end of the bat, loop to first. Holman has it pop into the air, and Morales will reach. It's like that ball just crawled up Holman's right arm. And the inning will continue for Washington. And Holman, a catcher by trade, playing first base here over the last 2 weekends because of those injuries. And that one just up off the heel of his glove. And UCLA will have to call for time again. Runners on the corners and 2 outs in the 7th. Guerrero set to come to the plate. as the 11th batter in this inning, but UCLA will make a change on the mound. Looks to be the freshman Finn McElroy coming in as Caden Cottinger passes him the ball. UCLA needing to use now 4 pitchers to get through this 7th inning. They trail Washington 9-3. Go to the bullpen yet again. Finn McElroy will be the 4th pitcher used in this inning by the Bruins. The freshman making his 7th appearance. He's a hard thrower and has gotten a fair amount of work here early on in the season, although this will be his first appearance in a couple weeks. McElroy, 6'7", 230, originally from the San Diego area in Carlsbad. And he is trying to finally get UCLA out of this top half of the 7th. The 6 runs on 7 hits. And the only reason McElroy is coming in because of the error moments ago at first by Jack Holman. And Guerrero takes a strike. Now Tincher, by the way, over at third. Runners on the corners, 2 down. Guerrero, the 11th to come to the plate here. RBI single earlier this inning that started the scoring. 0-2. Washington has had UCLA's number in the regular season the last couple years, winning 5 out of the last 6 coming into this weekend. And this one, base hit up the middle. Johnny Tincher scores. It's now a 10 spot for Washington. 10-3 Huskies on the RBI single from A.J. Guerrero, his 2nd of the inning. Off the end of the bat. That's not a bad pitch by McElroy. Put it low on the outside corner. And Guerrero reached out and poked it into center field. 7 runs in this inning. And now Michael Snyder comes to the plate. Had that infield single. That was a key moment early on in this inning. Remember, Aldrich got that fastball in on the hands, but Snyder, so strong, was able to just bloop it right behind the pitcher's mound, and that helped continue the pressure. 2 hits in total today for Snyder. Now 18 hits for Washington. On the ground, foul. Perry making the block. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Perry able to turn that glove around. 2 on, 2 out. Two and 2. Washington has scored a number of runs now with 2 outs on the board. 3 more of them took a 7-3 lead. Cottinger got a couple of outs, and then the hits kept coming. Simpson with that 2-run homer earlier, the exclamation point. Curveball, got him. At long last for the Bruins, the top of the 7th over. But Washington is in front. Dalton Chandler had the first big swing. 2 RBI double down the left field line. The 2nd hit of the year for the redshirt junior. And Will Simpson is Pac-12 leading 10th home run of the year. And it is all Huskies. Time to stretch here in LA.
With Lemonade Health, I can order my erectile dysfunction medication from anywhere, right from my phone. It's discreet, fast, and affordable. Plus, it gets shipped right to my front door. Because after all, some things are just better at home. Visit lemonadehealth.com.
My mom got us an Aquasana. She says it takes bad stuff out of the water and makes it healthier and tastier. She also says no water balloons inside.
Now up to 50% off at aquasana.com.
These are complicated times, but the universities of the Pac-12 were built to solve complex problems.
We're leaders in groundbreaking research and compassionate patient care.
We're innovating solutions for a more sustainable planet.
And we're empowering a new generation of students to pursue their own dreams for the future.
The universities of the Pac-12.
Working together.
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 Together for a better tomorrow.
Eight unanswered runs for Washington, including 7 in the 7th. And it's all Huskies now, 10-3 in this Sunday matinee rubber match. Huskies bats coming alive at the tail end of the game last night, winning it 3-0 in extras. And they have picked up right where they left off across the course of this entire game. Boyle, the freshman, facing John Vaughns here in the last of the 7th and dealing a strike. Vaughns with an RBI single last time up in the 4th. Has not been retired today, also getting a walk. Two and one. Vaughns has already doubled his home run output from last year, as he swings and misses. Had 3 homers last season, up to 7 this year. Overshift on against him, and he is rung up. Boyle painting the corner beautifully. Vaughn's down on strikes as Boyle records his first strikeout. Right at the bottom of the zone, at the knees. See Tincher framing that one up. And he didn't need to. That was right there. One down in the 7th. Now Boyle had to wait a long time to get back out there. Into his second inning of work. And facing LaPasser. Strike there on the inside. All 3 of UCLA's runs coming in the 4th. This one will get out of play down the right field line. Since that big 4th inning, Washington pitching has combined to now retire 8 in a row. LaPasser lifts this into the right center field gap, and right on cue, that streak is snapped. LaPasser with his 3rd hit of the weekend. It's a 1-out single in the 7th. Good piece of hitting there from LaPasser. Solid pitch there from Boyle, putting it low towards the outside. And LaPasser making that adjustment, dropping that knee. Pinch hitter here for the Bruins will be Jared Hawking. Got to look at the plate. He hit yesterday's game. Or 2 days ago, rather, as he takes outside here. Hawking still in search of his first hit of his young collegiate career. Big cut and a miss there. The freshman 0 for 7 so far. If you're a Pac-12 soccer fan, and that last name sounds familiar, his older twin sisters are now professional soccer players. Ileana played at Arizona. She was just drafted by Gotham FC. Penelope played at USC before finishing at Penn State. She was a 7th overall pick to the Chicago Red Stars. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And then their father, Denny, he played 13 seasons in the big leagues. 11 of those came with the Twins. Another foul here. Still 2-2 to Hawking. And Denny continues to coach baseball. He most recently the manager of the US U18 national team. Called strike 3. Right on the inside corner. Second strikeout for Boyle. 2 down in the 7th. Right at the top of the zone. That's a tough angle for right-handed hitters. Boyle sets up towards the first base side of the rubber. And gets that sharp angle driving towards the inside. And he catches the top of the zone. Now Malachi Knight, the leadoff hitter at the top of the order, taking upstairs. Knight looking for his first hit today. Two and 0. Just 5 hits today for the Bruins. Three balls, no strikes. UCLA had 4 extra base hits on Friday. Yesterday, just 1. That was that leadoff double for Malachi Knight in the first. And now none here today. Three and 1. And the walk. So UCLA getting some base runners here in the 7th, despite the strikeouts from Boyle. Single and a walk. Now down 7, UCLA with a chance here. Get the heart of the order. First, Washington's going to call for time. Jason Kelly is out of the dugout. Washington head coach has to be pleased with how things have gone so far. Shrugged off the Friday night loss, battled throughout on Saturday. Now that high-powered offense has shown itself here on Sunday afternoon. Talking with his young freshman, Sam Boyle, originally from Vancouver, Washington. And he will stay out here after the chat with Kelly. Now Carson Yates will be the batter here. 2 on, 2 out. Knox LaPasser on second, Malachi Knight on first. Bruins getting some base runners for the first time since the 4th inning. And take a look at this. Boyle comes around for the fist bump and Snyder didn't connect. In a hurry to get off the mound, apparently. 1-1 at the plate here to Yates. And Tincher taking that one square off the mask. He's been beat up today. It was earlier in this game when caught the bat of John Vaughn's on the follow-through on his swing. Took it below the bell. This was a 3-3 ball game after 6. 7 runs in the 7th for Washington. 8 unanswered overall. 2-2 to Yates. Yates drops this one deep to left field. Guerrero back, looking up. It is gone. Some life for UCLA, courtesy of Carson Yates. His second home run of the season, a 3-run shot. And the Bruins are within 4. Line drive, gets out of here quickly. 2 on, 2 outs, and a 2-strike count. And Yates able to leave the yard. Boyle puts this one at the bottom of the zone, middle outside. That is quality hitting from Carson Yates to not only get a line drive out of it, but to get a home run from it. Splits the first and second palm trees out beyond the left field fence. And Yates with a round tripper. That's going to force Boyle from the game. The Bruins down, but not out. It's now 10-6. And for Yates, the power has taken some time to come out here, but a home run in each of the last 2 weekends. And we will step aside as Washington goes to the bullpen. Gianluca Shin coming on. 10-6 Huskies. A 4-run ball game here in the top of the 8th after the double from Cole Miller. UCLA bringing on one of their most dependable guys. It's Charles Harrison, senior, making his 11th appearance of the year. He's only allowed 2 earned runs in 11 2/3 pitch. Strikes guys out, barely walks guys. This will be his second appearance this weekend. Pitched 1 1/3 on Friday, allowing a run there. Just the second earned run he had allowed all season. Had a minor injury that kept him out of last weekend against Arizona. Bruins are glad to have him back this weekend, especially with starter Alonzo Treadwell ruled out for Saturday. DiCarlo at the plate here, and goes after the first pitch as Harrison puts it low and away. 3 strikeouts today for DiCarlo. Was a solid 3 for 8 at the plate entering today. A high 0-2. Washington now with 19 hits, and DiCarlo is the only one that doesn't have one. And Miller got off that list with that double moments ago. And the strikeout. 3 pitches and the K for Charles Harrison. Now just bottoming out on DiCarlo. 2 down in the 8th. That is now the 11th strikeout by UCLA pitching. Cam Clayton been a tough guy to get out today. Run scoring opportunity for him here. On the ground through the left side, base hits. Miller will be sent home. Yates' throw, the relay will not be completed. RBI single for Cam Clayton, and Washington back up by 5. Well, those simple base hits through the infield were just not happening earlier this weekend for Washington, but they have been there for the taking today for the Huskies. Cam Clayton with his 4th hit. Miller with great speed. No play at the plate. It's now 11 runs on the board for Washington. Simpson takes low, 1 ball, no strikes. That home run last time up for Simpson, 28th of his career. He's now tied for 8th on Washington's all-time list. Out in front, 1-1. 11-6 Washington. 2-out base knock for Cam Clayton. And another swing and a miss from Simpson, 1-2. 20 hits now for Washington. It's the most surrendered by UCLA pitching since that 25-22 game against Oregon State in the Pac-12 tournament. Oregon State had 28 hits in that one and lost.
Working it for us, Chuck.
Washington with a base runner in every inning, a hit in all but one. Runner goes, but Simpson strikes out at the plate. Chases on the high pitch. A couple of strikeouts for Charles Harrison, but Washington adds to the lead. Now 11-6, middle of the 8th. 11-6, Washington on top of UCLA. And Sweet Caroline here taking fans from the top half of the inning to the bottom half. Bruins have 6 more outs to work with, down by 5 runs. Gave themselves a little bit of life with that Carson Yates 3-run homer in the 7th. And then Washington able to tack another run on in the 8th. Going to bring on a new pitcher here. It's the righty, Calvin Kirchhoff, Jr., 6'6", 220. From the greater Seattle area. Deals a strike in there against Cody Schreier. Numbers there for Kirchhoff. As Schreier skies it up, shallow right field. Morales is going to be the one to make the play. Calls off Simpson there at the end. Out number 1 in the 8th.
First baseman Jack Holman.
Jack Holman will be the batter. Holman looking for his first hit today. Kirchhoff into his windup and pitches high. Well, Kirchhoff pitched on Saturdays last year. Gann is the number 4 starter this year, but he's been coming out of the pen since opening weekend. Former junior college player. Went to Bellevue College. Impressed there. Got attention with that 6'6" frame. And he's added 20 pounds since he came to Washington as Holman goes the other way. Base hit on a 2-0 pitch. 1 on, 1 out for the Bruins in the 8th. Jack Holman in the hit column today. The overshift was on. It's 11-6 Washington in this rubber match Sunday finale. $20 hits for Washington. That is the most against UCLA since at least 1999. That's as far back as the records can tell us here today. Washington swept UCLA in Seattle last year. That was a tightly contested series, especially on the weekend. They had cut and a miss there from Perry. Foul tip held onto by Tincher. Washington winning 2 out of 3 on this field a couple of years ago. Now on the verge, 3 consecutive series wins against UCLA. 2-2. Kirchhoff pitched a couple times against the Bruins last year, once in the regular season and again in the Pac-12 tournament. It was a high-scoring affair in Scottsdale between the two teams. That was an elimination game. Bruins ultimately won a shootout there. And Kirchhoff came into that game and came off the bench late. He couldn't get an out. Full. Perry takes inside for ball 4. So John Vaughns will hit here with 2 men on. And look, Vaughns has struck out a fair number of times this weekend. But as you saw last night, you only got to make one small mistake and he can kill you. If not for that swirling wind last night, he more than likely would have hit his 8th home run of the year. Instead, Cole Miller made perhaps the defensive play of the weekend. Well, Bruins got a 3-run homer last inning courtesy of Carson Yates. A single and a walk back-to-back here off of Kirchhoff. There is Miller out in center field. And Vaughns has been good at the plate today. Walk, RBI single. Did strike out last time up against Boyle. That pitch high, and Tincher able to take it out of the air. That was a heck of an effort there. He was down to his left knee. It somehow is able to get up high enough. Just propelling himself with his right foot. 1 ball, no strikes. Vaughns hits a high drive out to right center field. At the track, at the wall, and gone. 8th home run of the season for John Vaughns, and UCLA is right back in it. Three-run blast for Vaughns here in the 8th. UCLA with a couple of 3-run jacks here late in the game, and they have made it very interesting here. That pitch much too elevated and right towards the middle, and Vaughns makes Kirchhoff pay. Miller giving it a look. First pitch up and away to Knox LaPasser. 6 runs over the course of the last 2 innings for the Bruins, all coming from home runs. So 2 of the best home run guys in this conference have left the yard today. Simpson for Washington and Vaughns for UCLA. Breaking ball missing to LaPasser, 2-1. Got the shift on for LaPasser here on the left side of the infield. And LaPasser, big swing and a miss. LaPasser had just 1 hit on the season entering this weekend. He got a hit in each game here against the Huskies. And stays alive. There's a look back to that Vaughn swing. And that was just a thing of beauty. And that follow through reminiscent of Ken Griffey Jr. That one-arm follow through. Full count now. Schreier flew out to begin the inning, then a single, a walk, and the home run. And another foul. Next pitch, the 8th of the at-bat. Ball 4, up out of the zone. Still just one out. And the energy lifting on the UCLA side. Passer able to take first, and that might be it here for Kirchhoff, and it is. Got Schreier to fly out, but now 4 straight have reached, and Jason Kelly will go to his bullpen. This was a 10-3 score at the 7th inning stretch. It's now 11-9, and UCLA will have the tying run at the plate here in the last of the 8th. UCLA getting within a couple of runs courtesy of the 3-run homer from John Vons a couple batters ago. And after the walk to Knox LaPasser, Washington head coach Jason Kelly bringing on one of his 2 closing options, and it's going to be Case Matter. He is a hard-throwing righty, and last year against the Bruins, he was lights out of the bullpen, and so far he has done that throughout the course of this 2023 campaign. Just 1 earned run allowed in 11 1/3. Walks have crept up there at times, but he's got strikeout stuff. And with Washington sensing that this game is teetering here a little bit after they were up by 7 just moments ago, Jason Kelly going to bring on Matter, try and put UCLA down here in the 8th. Redshirt sophomore, 6'2", 180 out of Mill Creek, Washington. 3-run homer from Carson Yates in the 7th, and another from John Vons. The UCLA dugout has been buzzing. Cody Del Vecchio rocking out, and it's going to be Jared Hawking coming to the plate. Feels like a long time ago Kelly Austin there on the right side of the picture started this ball game. And we are still here in the last of the 8th, this game into its 4th hour. So here is Hawking to come to the plate for the 2nd time in this one. Struck out earlier. He's got 1 on and 1 out, and the top of the lineup on deck. And a strike on the outside. Matter has thrown 8 1/3 consecutive scoreless innings entering the weekend. One and 1. And that one area that he's working on is that command, getting those walk numbers down. He had 30 of them in 43 innings last year, and already 10 in 11 innings this year. Difference this year is that he's been able to overcome them. That one spiking towards the outside, 2-1. So you'll see the fastball in the low to mid 90s and a solid curve as his secondary breaking pitch. 2-1, foul back and out of play. Hittable fastball there, and Hawking was right on it. Big spot here for the freshman Hawking. 2-run ball game in the 8th. And a full count. LaPasser at first. Drill walk. And now the payoff to Hawking. Ball 4. 5 straight have reached for UCLA. The tying run is aboard in the 8th. and the winning run at the plate. Still just one out in the inning. That was Cody Schreier flying out to right field to lead things off. Since then, a single for Holman, the walk for Perry, the 3-run homer for Vaughns, and then LaPasser and Hawking getting back-to-back walks. And we're going to get a pinch runner at first base now for UCLA. It's going to be Keenan Proctor coming on. Freshman out of Highlands Ranch, Colorado. Going to run for Hawking.
Number 27, Keenan Proctor.
And for Proctor, that'll be his first career appearance. Well, perhaps a little bit quicker. Corner infielders are shallow here. Snyder at third now, just backed up. First pitch tonight, that's a base hit up the middle. LaPasser being sent around third. No play at the plate. Into third, the ball off of the pinch runner in Proctor. Malachi Knight with an RBI single. It's a 1-run game. That sequence allowing Knight to get into second. LaPasser the one coming home to score. Proctor able to go first to third, had a good jump there. And you see the speed. Miller trying to get him out at third. Hits him right at the top of his back. Matter able to back up the play. And now here is Carson Yates. Tying run at third. And a potential winning run at second for UCLA here in the last of the 8th. Carson Yates had the 3-run homer last inning. Got UCLA within 4. Washington scored a run to make it 11-6 when we started this inning. But now UCLA has plated 4 on 3 hits. A couple of walks have aided UCLA in their quest to come back. Yates lays off. 1 ball, no strikes. Two for 4 today for Yates. One-0 breaking ball. A strike there on the inside. Last time up, Carson Yates left the yard against Boyle. Pitch down at the bottom of the zone. And a line drive homer to left for Carson Yates, his second of the season. And now he's back at the dish with 2 men on and 1 out. Foul backing out of play. 1-2. Proctor on third, Knight on second. And the strikeout. Case Matter with a huge K to record out number 2. And that is heat there on the outside. And he blows it by Carson Yates. A crucial second out for Matter and the Huskies. Here is Gorson. An unproductive out there for Yates. And with Karros unavailable this weekend, Gorson becomes UCLA's best hitter. One ball, no strikes. Swing and a foul. 1-1. That one towards the outside for Matter. Gorson hitting .333 with runners in scoring position this year. Matter got saddled with the loss when these teams met in last year's Pac-12 tournament in Scottsdale. Quick word between Clayton and Matter. Washington 11, UCLA 10 in this Sunday rubber match. 2-1. Not quite an overshift here from Washington. Got Clayton near the second base bag. A lot of real estate through the left side for Gorson. DiCarlo into shallow right field. Three and one. Matter trying to keep everything low. Cody Schreier on deck if Gorson is put at first. Two on, two out, last of the eighth. Ball four. Bases will be loaded for Cody Schreier. Second walk for Matter. Bruins have now batted around. Cody Schreier led off this inning with a fly out to right field. Time is going to be called here, though, by Washington. Bruins within a run. Down 10-3 at the seventh inning stretch, and improbably here they are as Jason Kelly is going to talk with his redshirt sophomore closer, Case Matter. A 4-run, bottom of the eighth so far for UCLA. They've done it on just 3 hits. Malachi Knight with the RBI single as the 4th run of the inning. Now bringing home LaPazzer. John Vaughns tattooing that 3-run homer to right. Bases are now loaded. And Vaughns looking on. He's hoping he can go back into right field, and UCLA having the lead. Cody Schreier has provided clutch moments in his career with UCLA and will have an opportunity to add to it here. Had a couple of walk-off hits last season, hit a solo shot in the 11th inning against LMU in a midweek game, and then late in the year on this field against Washington State, had a walk-off base hit. Not that situation here in the 8th, but can set UCLA up for the 9th. Checks his swing, but a called strike on the outside, 0-1. Proctor, the pinch runner, on third, Knight on second, and Gorson on first. One and one. Our weekend here in LA dominated by pitching on Friday and Saturday, and it's turned into a shootout here on Sunday. A 1-run game, but Washington is out hitting the Bruins 20-9 to this point. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Matter coming down and in, and a big swinging strike there. Oh, that is a challenge pitch. Look at that movement running in on Schreier. 1-2. Can Matter shut the door here in the 8th? Swing and a liner caught at second by DiCarlo. And a big sigh of relief for Case Matter. John Vaughns has given UCLA some life, though. His 8th home run of the season, a 3-run shot, and it's a 1-run game as we head to the 9th in LA.
With Lemonade Health, I can order my erectile dysfunction medication from anywhere, right from my phone. It's discreet, fast, and affordable. Plus, it gets shipped right to my front door. Because after all, some things are just better at home.
Visit lemonadehealth.com.
Hey folks, the league is in absolute chaos.
Come down to some rookie taking free throw.
The Athletic. Subscribe today.
If sports fans built a streaming service.
What's happening?
They won the J.D. Power Award, #1 in customer satisfaction among live TV streaming providers.
How long has this been going on?
Too long.
Do you guys know that over 400,000 kids are in foster care right now?
400,000?
Yep.
Just talking about foster care can help foster care. Donate your small talk.
Washington on the verge of a series win here today at Jackie Robinson Stadium. They have exploded for 11 runs on 21 hits. Will Simpson with his 10th home run of the season. That was a 2-run shot back in the 7th inning. A 7-run 7th inning for the Huskies. They had a 10-3 lead at the 7th inning stretch, but UCLA has scored 7 out of the next 8 runs in the ball game. And here in the 9th, down to their final 3 outs, need to make up just a run as they face Case Matter. Matter doing well to get out of the jam there in the 8th. Had the bases loaded. Cody Schreier at the plate and got a soft line out to retire the side. Holman, Perry, and Vaughn's due up here for UCLA. Breaking ball at the knees. Overshift is on here against Holman. All 3 of his home runs this season have been at this ballpark. Most recent one coming Friday night. Another breaking ball, and Holman takes it. Holman has made one of the biggest jumps this year on this UCLA team. And head coach John Savage really lauded his plate discipline heading into the season, and he has shown improved power as well. 2-1. Matter, the 5th pitcher used by Washington. Steps off, takes a look at the wristband here. And there's a dart at the knees for a called strike 2. All those runs last inning were charged against Kirchhoff. Two, fought off. Good location there from Matter. Put that on the outside corner. Redshirt sophomore out of Mill Creek, Washington. Going to put the finishing touches on a big weekend for Washington. Curveball, runs the count full. Swing and a pop-up. This is in the field of play down the left field line. And it is caught. Guerrero makes the play. 1 down in the 9th. Losing his hat in the process. Got a little bit of cloud cover to help aid him here. Washington 2 outs away. Darius Perry at the dish. Perry, one of 2 spots in the lineup that does not have a hit today. That 9 spot for the Bruins has gone hitless. Foul. Perry, an all Pac-12 selection last season. Takes another fastball up and in, 2 balls and 1 strike. Base is empty for him here. 2 home runs last season, 1 home run this season. Prior to last year, he had played in just 6 career games. Now a senior. And a strike in there, 2-2. Popped up, right center field. Morales says he's got it, and he does. 2 down. And Perry gets underneath it, and frustrated, you see the grimace. Morales records the second out here in the 9th. And now here is John Vaughns representing the final out. His 3-run homer in the 8th inning, giving UCLA a chance in this one. Can he do it again? Bruins were down 7 in the 7th. They've come almost all the way back. Now can Matter shut the door? And a strike on the outside. Matter trying to put together a 5-out save. Back to the curveball, 1-1. Swing and a miss. Matter is locating pretty well here. Eleven to 10 Washington. Base is empty, 2 down in the 9th, and a 1-2 count to Vaughns. Check swing. He did not go around. 2-2. Another look. Yep, not close. Fouled right back into the screen. Matter coming in on the hands that time after pounding that outside part of the zone. And right on the inside part of the bat, Vaughns gets a piece. Still 2-2. And now a full count. Perhaps Matter reaching back for a little something extra there as he bounced it in front of home. Full count to Vaughns. Swing and a miss. He got him. Case Matter finishes off the series win for Washington. He puts down a UCLA in order in the 9th. And when things got dicey, The Huskies turn to Matter, and he helps deliver a victory for Washington on Sunday. Goes to the fastball, and he blows it by Vaughns. An impressive 9th inning for Matter. And of course, stranded the bases loaded in the 8th. And the Huskies close the door on UCLA. They win this Sunday rubber match 11-10 and take the series from the Bruins for the 3rd consecutive season. Will Simpson hit his 10th home run of the year. That's the Pac-12 leader in home runs. And